Okay, so hello and welcome to this simple video as discussed in class to help you or to help those who are not able to follow along in class to understand what exactly it is that we were doing. So we'll tackle that simple blending question that I had introduced you to. So this one. So go ahead and open up AutoCAD. Then we'll see what exactly it is that we were required to do here. So using a CAD drafting program, so I've set up the question itself in AutoCAD so that I don't have to switch back and forth between the question and the drawing in AutoCAD. So here, using a CAD drafting program, set the layer properties manager as shown in table 1 below. Use the setup to draw the gasket profile shown in figure 1. Include 4 major dimensions. So this question first requires you to create these layers. So then you can use these layers to now draw our diagram as seen here. Okay, so first things first, before you begin any drawing in AutoCAD, you need to set up your units because you need to be drawing in specific units. So to set up your units, you will simply type units command, then press enter. That will open up this drawing units box for you. Here you need to ensure that your insertion scale is in millimeters because we are using millimeters as our system. You can leave precision as is, or you can give it 0 because in our drawing here you can see that we don't have any decimal places, so we can change this to 0, although we can always change this later. Then click OK. So once we are done setting up our units, we'll proceed on to setting up our layers. So to set up your layers, you'll come to this ribbon here on top, and home tab, we have this panel written layers, and there's one specific icon written layer properties. So we will click on this. This is the icon for layer properties manager. Once you click on it, you will see this small window open up, or a large window, depends on the size that you've set it up to be. Then we need to create 3 layers: outline, center line, and dimension line. So while you are creating your layers, use this first button, new layer. Please do not click on the second button for creating layers. Use the first option only. So click here to create your layer. Name it as given in your table, so outline. Then press enter. Create the second layer, that is center line. So type it out, press enter. Then you can create your third layer, dimension line. And press enter. Once you're done creating the layers and naming them, you are going to change the properties as given in our table. So for our outline, the table requires us to either use white or black. I will use white for our benefit here so that we can be able to see it quite easily. So our center line is supposed to be yellow, so I'll just simply click under my center line, its color property, and choose yellow from the select color window and click OK. Then I'll move on to my dimension lines. So I'll do the same thing. We've been asked to assign magenta from the table, so assign magenta and click OK. Then we have our line type conditions, so all of them are continuous except for the center line. So I'll navigate to my center line layer and click on the line type here. Then once that is done, this select line type box opens up, but as we can see, there is no center, so we need to load it. So click on load here like that, scroll down until you find center. Once you find center, click OK, or select it first, then click OK. Then you load the line type here. So all you have done is loaded it to this box, so you need to select it now before you click OK so that you can assign it. So click OK once you selected it. Then now we need to create our, not create, but assign our line weights. So our outline is meant to be 0.6 from the table. So let's go to outline here, scroll down until you can see 0.6 here, click OK. Then our center line is given as default in the table, so we'll leave this as is. Then move down to dimension lines, or dimension line rather, which is given as 0.6. So I'll assign not 0.6 but 0.2. So I'll assign 0.2 here from our line weight window, then click OK. So now we are done setting up layers, and once that is done, you can close this layer properties manager so that we can move on to the actual drawing itself. So close it. Then here, still under layers, we now need to switch from layer 0, which is the default layer in AutoCAD, to the layers that we created. So we'll switch to outline because we want to draw the object itself, which is the outline of the object. So switch to this layer, and be careful when you are switching to these layers. Please don't click on these 4 icons which are here, because these are toggles. You can either toggle a layer on or off, so we don't want to do that. So whenever you're switching layers, please click on this side that has the layer name, not on these toggles, unless you specifically want to change whether a layer is on or off, or change its color, or lock the layer. Okay, so we are now ready to draw. So once you're ready to draw, make sure, as we have said, switch to the correct layer. Then you can now start picking your commands and drawing the object. So word of advice, for any object that you're trying to draw in AutoCAD, it would be easiest and better to start with the features that you can simply identify that have direct commands. So here we have 3 holes of radius 13, so it might be easier to start with those. So I'll simply choose circle command, my option of center radius, because I have radius 13 there. So I'll choose that, come here to my workspace or my model space, click and give the measurement. So I'll just type it and press enter. So I have my first circle of radius 13. I now want to locate the 2 other circles, so I can either draw one and mirror it, or draw one and copy it. So that's okay. So I'll just choose line command and draw a line. As we can see here, there's a line, or rather not a line, but the distance from the center to center distance between our circles is 110 plus 50. So I'll choose to start my line here. I'll turn on ortho mode down here, which is a drawing aid or drafting aid, so that my line can be restricted to a horizontal line. Then I'll type 100 and press enter. As you can see, there's a line of 100 that has been drawn now. Then I'll also type 50 so that I can have both the 100 millimeter line and, sorry, it's supposed to be 110. So I'll simply undo this, press escape, undo. So I've undone or undone the 100 millimeter line. So now I'll draw 110, press enter, then 50, press enter. So I now have two lines there. Then I'll either go up or down by 23 because this entire distance is 46, so half of it. So I can draw a line going straight up, distance of 23, press enter, then I can escape and choose to draw my circles. So I can copy because we had 3 holes of radius 13. So I'll choose copy command, copy this, press enter, copy it using its center from there to there. Then I can press escape to exit the command. Then I can mirror this downwards. So I'll choose mirror command, choose my object, press enter, then choose my mirror line, which is any 2 points along the line that I want to use as a mirror line. So there, then I'll choose no because I don't want to erase this original object. I want to have both this and this. So I'll choose no. So there we have our lines, or rather our circles. Now we need to draw the rest of these features. So I'll choose circle command because here we also have an arc. We have an arc of radius 22, which was simply just part of a full circle. We also have another one here, and on this end we have an arc of radius 24. So we will draw this as full circles. Then